So that was a different melody. We had this before. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And I could have also played the A chord here and gone to the D chord up here. Okay? The great thing about these chords is you can move them all over the place and you can get different melodies on the top notes to create an interesting part. That might be the way to do it. You might be able to go. So I might play the A chord in 2 different spots over this 2-bar rhythm to get some melody into my rhythm guitar part. Okay? So let's examine how that would sound against my loop station here. Okay? Here we go. Let's listen to it for a second to see what the groove's all about. 3, 4. Not too bad. Shuffle rhythm, right? Let's try it again. Okay, now that's not too bad. It lacked a little bit of melody when I was playing it because I was pretty much staying in just 2 voicings. I was just moving this chord down to this chord. So I'm going to move around a little bit more to create more melodic interest in these small shapes. Okay, because they don't have a lot of power in the bottom end, but you can make up for that lack of bottom end by moving the chord voicings around to get melody. So I might adapt it this way. Right? Maybe move it like that. Let's try that. 3, 4. Not too bad. That's better. That's not too bad. I'm thinking there's a better rhythm we can play here. Let's check it out for a minute. I'm going to do one thing here. I'm going to make this rhythm on 3. I think it sounds more interesting to play that like that. See if you don't agree with me there. Dumped, ba da 1, 2, ba da 3, 1, doom, ba doo doo. I didn't mean to do that. Keep that there and make this on 3 over here. Okay, that might be a little bit more interesting now, because listen to how I've changed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and. So it's like a 2-bar phrase now. Okay, listen to this. Same melody now with a different rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's better, don't you think? Or maybe. Okay. I think it sounds nice to make it a 2-bar rhythm, so we'll stick with that for right now. Okay, now, an essential part of making music sound interesting, I'm going to clean it up so you can see that better, is contrast, okay? So we've already got an established part right here that sounds pretty good, but what I want to do on this next section is to add contrast. So we're going to play quarter notes. That's what I wrote right here, okay? Quarter notes is just going to feel good all of a sudden because we've had a lot of rhythm up to that point. So on that second section, we're just going to play we're just going to go back to these chords again, but we're going to play them as downstrokes. Just. And there's an eighth note push right there. That means it's the end of 4. So it's going to be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Experiment with different places to put. And then we're going to go to the next line and keep those quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. Now, we're bringing in a chord that we haven't used up till now, and that's the E chord. But notice that I wrote it with a specific bass note. That might not even concern you, because essentially when I play this A chord, for example, it's actually the C. In this case, the third of the chord is in the bass in this particular voicing, and that's what this same E chord is. So we've already been using this chord in this next shape, but I just have the bass player, me playing bass, playing G sharp. So just play your E form like this and it'll sound great. You don't have to worry about what really is in the bass. Then we go to D down here, and then check it out. As you can imagine, we're going to have to also make these chords minor chords, right? So we have major chords here, but we know from our previous experience that a minor chord can be adapted simply by taking the major third and making that the minor third. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to play major and then minor. So we're going to have this shape going to minor. Okay. And then the last chord we're going to play a big bar chord to make that, or a big open E chord just to give that power at the end. Okay, let's put it all together now using these small shapes of triads that we learned, and trying to mix them up together so we get it, we keep it interesting with our melodies that we're creating with our top voices here, and we just add some textural change as we go through the progression. Okay, here we go. Notice that I put 4 times in the first section because indeed it's going to happen 4 times, and then the second line is going to be twice, and then the third line and fourth line are just what it is. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try different positions. Back to the other one. Back to the top, here we go. Okay, next section. 2, 3. Next section, here we go. Here we go, the ending. Okay, so we've really opened up some possibilities in your rhythm guitar parts today with this very simple concept, but there's a lot of application and a lot of fun we're going to have with this in future lessons. So start looking at your CAGED chords or your bar chords here in in more adaptable ways in future rhythm guitar parts, and you're going to find all kinds of other possibilities with your chords that you can start making up with, okay? So I'll see you next lesson. Practice hard. Dave Hill signing off.